Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome to another episode of Two Peas in a Podcast. So today we have with us Ifra Iqbal, who is currently a project manager arts in British Council, Bangladesh. So hi and welcome to our podcast.
Hi guys, thanks for having me. This is pretty awesome.
Welcome dost. I guess the other introduction that we should also give is that we're all friends here, by the way, right? We studied law together. And then she again chose to branch out into something else. So here we are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's been 10 years, right? We started 2010.
Yes. Oh my god. Everyone's gonna know we're old.
Extremely old.
Yes.
I was thinking myself, when people look back at their years and they think যে আসলে আমরা এখন কত দূরে চলে আসছি বা আগে কি ছিলাম, I really have those flashbacks, especially the times we spent in LCS, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely.
The time during our undergrad studies, that was formative years আমাদের জন্য, I would say, that really molded us a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to you about those things right from the outset, but তার আগে I would want to ask you, first of all, can you please give us an idea about what do you really do being the project manager of arts at British Council?
So currently, as Maisha mentioned, I'm working as a project manager for the arts team. And British Council, I'm roughly 2 years now. I've worked with them before as well. And what I do is, in a nutshell, I manage festivals. I manage different projects. Currently, I'm Women of the World Festival niye kaaj korchi. I also work with the initiation of our project DARE, which is our disability arts project, and I'm transforming narratives of Bangladeshi lead দিচ্ছি. So এগুলো সব different arts project যেটা আমাদের আসলে our main aim is to work in with women and girls and gender equality. আর আসলে arts for social change নিয়ে আসলে মেইন কাজটা আমরা কিভাবে through our programs we can help beneficiaries as well as আসলে একটা social change করতে পারি বা চেষ্টা করছি আর কি করার জন্য.
So I would
heavy stuff.
Yeah. We would definitely come back to that, but I definitely I would like to ask you that definitely we all are lawyers, so we have studied in the same.
Those two are.
So we have all done our LLB in the same institution.
Yeah.
So definitely. So you pursued law in the beginning, and then you transitioned to
Completely something else.
Yes.
So let's go back there. So what was your motivation to start LLB or do LLB or pursue law?
Okay. Even though podcast আমি খুব excited and ফ্রেন্ডদের সাথে আড্ডা মারতে আসি তো আরো ভালো লাগছে, but কিছু জিনিস seriously একটু বলতে হবে why I even bothered with law or what sort of attracted me to it. So to be very honest, due to family history, there have been instances of domestic violence. My mother, myself, our family are domestic violence survivors. So my father was very abusive, and অনেক ছোট কাল থেকে আসলে একটা আইডিয়া ছিল যে একটা সার্টেন ওয়েতে ফ্যামিলি থাকে, ভালো করে থাকবো আমরা, বাট দেন খুব ইয়াং বয়সে এটা ভেঙে যায়, তো তখন থেকে মনে হয় হাউ ক্যান আই সেভ মাই ফ্যামিলি, হাউ ক্যান আই প্রোটেক্ট মাই ফ্যামিলি। তখন মনে আসতো যে আসলে আমি পুলিশ হব অথবা আমি লয়ার হব, কারণ ওরা তো মানুষকে সেভ করে। আই নো তখন ছোট একটা বয়সী চিন্তাধারা থেকে আসলে অনেক কিছুই চিন্তা করি, বাট বড় হয়ে তো আসলে রিয়ালিটিতে করার জন্য ইউ নিড টু ডু সামথিং, ইউ নিড টু এডুকেট ইয়োরসেলফ, ইউ নিড টু গ্রো এক্সপিরিয়েন্স। সো তখন আমি খুব করে ফ্যামিলির সাথে না আমি বড় হলে আর হবো, এন্ড দেয়ার লাইক ফ্যামিলি থেকে একটা জিনিস আমি খুবই থ্যাঙ্কফুল, নো ওয়ান অ্যাকচুয়ালি পুশ মি টুয়ার্ডস এনি পার্টিকুলার ক্যারিয়ার। সো বলছে যে তুমি যাই করবো মা ভালো করে করো, এটাই হলো মেইন কথা। সো দ্যাটস হাউ বেসিকলি মাই জার্নি উইথ ল বিগ্যান, এন্ড টু বি ভেরি অনেস্ট I was a little influenced by international media. যে lawyer একটা certain way তে হয়, ওরা court-এ যায়, they're like sharing their opinions and then fighting cases, Boston legal. So and people who are watching, and you guys very much have the real life experience. যে আসলে law is a lot more than what we perceive on TV.
Absolutely.
So ওভাবে শুরু হয় আমার যাত্রা, and the rest is history, as they say.
Right. So, I want to pick up from that journey, right? So that's when we all joined the same place, we all started studying law, right? এবং আমার একটা feeling হচ্ছে, right? So this is my thought, you tell me how it is, the career tangent that took place for you. সেটা হচ্ছে যে while we were studying law, you were also doing many other jobs on the side as you were studying law, right? Of course. And besides that, we used to do a lot of activities at our institution, right? We used to be a part of this debating and mooting club. আমরা এখানে actively participate করতাম, both debaters and mooters. এবং we were also in charge of organizing events and doing activities and management and club management, event management, we used to do that, right?
Yeah.
We used to do all of that together. So, I want to ask, is it that career tangent took place because you had exposure to these opportunities at an earlier stage, and it was a choice you made later on?
Well, honestly, you've hit the nail on the main thing. আমি আসলে দুটোই হয়েছে. Both of them happened. So when I was debating, and then when I was working in different, from the community club chilo, debate club chilo,
yeah, exactly.
And that is where the exposure happened. আমরা তো তখন আসলে ওই যে ডিবেট স্কিলস গ্রো করার জন্য, দেন অর্গানাইজিং এ যখন আমরা স্টার্ট করি, ডিফারেন্ট ফেস্টিভ্যালস আমরা ডিবেট ফেস্টিভ্যাল করি, তখন একটা সর্ট অফ ইনভলভমেন্ট শুরু হয়ে যায়. তখন থেকে আই গট এক্সপোজড ডেফিনেটলি যে আসলে there are so many things you can do with your skills. It's not just bashay porba pore, you're going to do something academically. So ওখান থেকে শুরু হয়. And then what started with is, I think I worked in hospitality in the first festival. Debate festival একটা হয়েছিল. তারপর একটা পয়েন্টে টুর্নামেন্ট ডিরেক্টর হয়ে গেছিলাম. You were the co-director and everything. So it was like it's a growth. আসলে ইউনিভার্সিটি লাইফে থেকে এটা শুরু হয়. And তখন I'm like, I have a knack for it. And then শুধু ওখানে না, we worked in the community club as well.
Yes.
So আমরা what we did in different ways, আমরা volunteer করেছি. Volunteer করার সময় আসলে we got exposed to more real life, to be very honest. It wasn't limited to our institution. So এইসব জিনিস আমরা পেয়েছি তখন থেকে. So একটা knack তখনই শুরু হয়. Or I had a knack for things, but then life happened, পড়া লেখা, and then I had to support my education, did different jobs and everything. But somehow ঘুরে ফিরে legal sector থেকে differently. I worked as a coordinator at a construction firm. তারপর I worked at a school. I worked at Dhaka Art Summit second edition. আস্তে আস্তে I realized law is great in a lot of ways, but maybe it's not for me. So a conversation to start hoy, but I did a lot of things in between ashole. It's not like ami ajke decide kono kalke ar korbo na. I was a teacher for many years at an English medium school in Bangladesh, which is well known, and then I also taught at different schools, and I worked in different offices. But then I realized ashole khushi hocchi na, LLB shesh korlam, friendra, you guys went into practice, you're doing well, and I'm like, it's wonderful, but is it for me? Tokon many years of doing a lot of different things, I decided to, what, maybe I should do something that I like. Organizing events, festivals, but arts ni ekta interest chilo. So that's how it transitioned.
So yeah, actually this is one of the key aspects that we really wanted to speak about in this podcast, because once we get to a profession or a line, we just get going with that. With that very question, is it really for me? Without knowing the answer, or without even pursuing the answer, we just keep going with it.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm glad you found that courage or that nudge to sort of.
So that's the next question. So
yeah,
she put it very appropriately. So you made this choice. Okay, this is not for me. So two questions arise. So first of all, you tell your family that I'll be a lawyer, and they're like, okay, go for that. Now you're telling them, no, I'll go for management, right? So what gave you that courage to actually face up to them? What made you decide definitively, okay, now I will pursue something else now for sure?
Okay. এখানে what's the thing, parental advisory দেয় না, এখানে আসলে একটু advisory দেওয়া উচিত, the disclaimer যে not always you should take this advice, because it depends on different people, their life and perspective. আমার ক্ষেত্রে যেটা হয়েছিল, I learned very young that I have to be accountable for my actions. What are because of the things that I faced growing up, because I've seen life from a very different perspective. যেভাবে হোক না কেন, লাইফ অনেক প্রিভিলেজ একটা জায়গা থেকে আমি ছিলাম. I could pursue law because ওই সাপোর্টটা ছিল ফ্যামিলি থেকে. দ্যাট ইজ আ প্রিভিলেজ. অনেকেও কিন্তু দেয় না. অথবা আমি চেঞ্জ করতে চেয়েছি, এটাও কিন্তু অনেকেও দেয় না, না কেন তুমি ক্যারিয়ার চেঞ্জ করবা. সো ওই প্রিভিলেজটা ছিল নাম্বার 1, and নাম্বার 2, আমি একটু ঘাটতেরা ছিলাম. আমার কথা because I am accountable for my actions, I need to know whether I can follow through with it. যেটাই করি না কেন, if I decide to be a teacher, can I do it? If I decide to be a lawyer, can I do it? আমি যখন নিজে থেকে সাহস পাচ্ছিলাম না যে কষ্ট হবে বা পছন্দ করছি না, I'm just like not doing my fullest to the fullest, then I realized, you know what, I must do something that I'm ভালো করে করি. That is what my family told me many years ago. So after that, I basically got the conviction to now, since I'm going to change something, I need to do it myself. Did I consult my family before? No. Because at the end of the day, I had to deal with it. And when I realized I can, and I took the different positions at different workplaces, and I did my job. And then aste aste growth ta hoy. What I do now is I inform my family that this is something I'm going to do. These are the reasons. এমন না যে আমি কালকে সকালে বলছি যে না আমি এটা করবই না. That is very silly. What I do is I have a pros and cons list in my head. কেন করছি? কিভাবে করব আসলে? এগুলো মাথায় একদম একটা calm decision নিয়ে then I try to do something about it. Because at the end of the day I'm accountable just like we all are.
Yeah.
See, I think what I would really take away is that I guess you were able to make that firm decision because you had this pre-exposure which allowed you to reach out for that, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes. Different kinds of experiences actually. Because আমি যদি law school এর কথা চিন্তা করি তখনই যে working with debate tournaments, debating myself and then also working with the community, different way to volunteer করছি. অনেক কারো কাছে differently মনে হতে পারে university life এ করছি. But these things make us grow, right?
Absolutely.
It starts something. It sort of like puts a seed in you and it grows, right? And তারপর
especially in your formative years, right? When we are young and we are very moldable, to tell the truth. ওই সময়টা that's why I really believe যে মানুষজন আসলে should I also ask the audiences for the young ones who are watching if you can involve in extracurricular activities you know be it anything not only sports other form of activities that bring a sense of community,
anything besides academics.
I think that really plays a very strong role in actually allowing
building the person right, building the personality.
Making better judgment call later on in life. I really feel that. I really feel that.
What I have to say from what you guys shared, I completely agree. Actually, it's আমরা যেটা হয় অনেক ক্ষেত্রে যে ক্যারিয়ারই হই না কেন we get very narrow. Like আমরা একটা পার্সপেক্টিভে চিন্তা করব যে এটা করতে হবে করতে পারি, that's fine, but at the end of the day what we should do is we should try to be open to more understanding যে আমাদের জন্য কোনটা ভালো হবে শুধু সেটা না, বাট আমরা কি করতে পারি, কোনটা practically possible for us. সব সময় কিন্তু এটা পসিবল হয় না, but we need to be open to at least think about it. অনেকে আসলে বন্ধ করে দেয় নিজেদেরকে, না আমি করতে পারবো না বা করব না for many reasons, but ওটা আসলে একটু ওপেন থাকা ভালো.
I also feel that at times আমি যেমন for example even before I would say even about starting any new venture I'm always doubting the fact যে আচ্ছা এটা করব এটা তো আমার কমফর্ট জোনের বাইরে থাকটা আমি ঠিক আছে যেখানে আছি, এটা কিন্তু আসলে এটা
আসে রাইট
আরেকটা জিনিস হচ্ছে I think this is also self destructive for kind of thought কারণ when you get too comfortable where you are, right? You're actually closing off your opportunity for growth. That's a huge problem. That also takes me a lot of time to actually come out of that shell and decide acha thik ase na let's go for it. Let's start something else. I need a lot of nudging. She does a lot of the nudging for me, of course, but chedai ar ki eta lage, and I just hope through our conversation all the viewers are able to realize this or maybe get some of this, I don't know, get some help in making that final nudge, making that final decision.
Or just thinking.
Start the ball, start the ball rolling. Exactly.
Like this podcast was for me, right? I mean, I am an introvert. My family, my friends know. So this, this podcast, doing this podcast was a big deal for me because I mean, me talking in front of a camera or I know that it will go to a public platform where people would watch it. It was a big deal for me, but I took that leap and let's see where it goes. So I mean definitely I feel it would help me grow as well as the people who watches that would help them grow, so it's I think a mutual growth for everyone.
Exactly.
Very true.
So now you're in this career path for a long time. It's been years. So how are you feeling now doing this job, firstly, and secondly, when did you realize that this is it for you and this is you're passionate about this?
Okay, that's a heavy question, guys. Well, I'm working in the art sector bola jay roughly 6 years and above, 7 years কাছাকাছি হয়ে গেছে. So it wasn't a time there wasn't a specific time when I realized I fit in, this is for me. এতগুলো বছরের মধ্যে I had, like I said, different places I worked and I got exposed to different things. For example, around 2014 I worked in the second edition of the Dhaka Art Summit, and that is one of the biggest South Asian contemporary arts festivals in South Asia. So Bangladesh that was a big deal, and that was when I actually got exposed to arts in a big way.
As far as I know, it's also one of the biggest in the world, I think, the Dhaka Art Summit, right?
Yes, when it comes to contemporary art, definitely. So ashole okhane kaj korar pore what I got was that I was exposed to a lot of different kinds of art, পারফরমেন্সেস অ্যান্ড আর্ট সেক্টর আসলে ক্রিয়েটিভ সেক্টরটা কিভাবে কাজ করে ছোটবেলা থেকে একটা ন্যাক ছিল ইন্টারেস্ট ছিল that's one thing but when you see it professionally done that actually changes your perspective completely so okhane involved I was a VIP relations manager and then I had to work with international artists and then I also had to do logistical work so there was a mixed bag of emotions and work and that actually hooked me honestly speaking and from then on I worked with the British Council right after that and then I realized okay this is something I'm not bad at this is something I can do maybe but then life e kichu changes ashe kintu and then I chose you know what maybe I should do something safe this is because a lot of people feel like art se kaj kora a sector tate different projects and everything should we do it a lot of people don't really feel like it's a very consistent career choice so I'm not going to lie I also had a feeling like that at a point because manush to kotha bole we're surrounded by different kinds of people some good advice so and then they shared a lot of things and then I realized what I should keep it safe and I should maybe try something safe and stable I was a teacher for many years I worked as a teacher for at least last I checked 3 to 4 years which is a big part of a young life but then I realized I wasn't motivated I didn't feel like I was doing enough for myself and I wasn't happy and my performance obviously affected but I didn't know why I was doing everything right but was I doing right by me and then I again got an opportunity at Bengal Group, affiliated with the Bengal Foundation, and it was a project manager job, and I related to a creative arts project. And then I realized maybe this is an opportunity, I should go for it. Ja hobe dekho. Let's start because I just felt like I needed to do something, and that I have never stopped since. And from then on, it has just been one after the other growth, meeting new people, finding out more about different art sectors, specialized kora art se. Actually, project it's more of a formal role, project management. যেটা করা হয় সো প্রজেক্ট ম্যানেজমেন্ট যে একটা জিনিস ছিল এটা আসলে আমি জানতাম না আমাদের কিন্তু এখানে বাংলাদেশে ইউ ডোন্ট রিয়েলি হ্যাভ অ্যান এক্সপোজার টু এনিথিং লাইক দিস সো মানে ইন্টারন্যাশনাল কোর্সেস থাকলেও again I got into the field and I got to know more যে you can run any project but you need to have a certain skill set to do it organize things and stuff
yeah
could be layman's terms e bolchi but that's when I started finding out that you can as long as you manage and you can manage a lot of different things and career
at once of course I want to ask something very important here so তুই যে বলতেছিস right so this learning that you have had তুই কি বলবি so first of all was clearly I understand that you didn't do any special training on this at all so
on the job
besides আমরা যে the experience we had when we were students together তার বাহিরে would you say that you learned most of your skills on the job or you grew as you were doing the work yourself and figuring things out by yourself নাকি একটা মানে একটা training chilo from the organization that you work with or things like that chilo mane inbuilt training facilities or it's just that you got it yourself
so honestly speaking like I mentioned Bangladesh ashole kintu erokom concrete e jantam na eto প্রচলিতও না যে প্রজেক্ট ম্যানেজমেন্ট বলে কিছু একটা জিনিস আছে সো মেজরিটি অফ হোয়াট আই নো টুডে আই লার্ন অন দ্য জব বিএড আমি মানে ভলান্টিয়ার যখন করছিলাম স্কিল সেট ডেভেলপ করা বা আইডিয়া প্রজেক্ট একটা জিনিস অর্গানাইজ করা দেন ডিফারেন্ট অর্গানাইজেশনে যে কাজ করেছি আই লার্ন আ লট অন দ্য জব অ্যান্ড আ লট অফ ইট অলসো ওয়াজ মাই ওন রিসার্চ ফাইন্ডিং আউট মোর হাউ টু ডু থিংস বেটার অ্যানালাইজিং অ্যান্ড এভরিথিং ব্রিটিশ কাউন্সিলে এসে যেখানে মানে অনেস্টলি ইট হ্যাজ বিন আ কমপ্লিটলি ডিফারেন্ট লাইফ ফর মি অ্যান্ড দি অর্গানাইজেশন হ্যাজ বিন ভেরি সাপোর্টিভ ইন গিভিং আমাদেরকে লাইক project managers as well as different other colleagues opportunities to do self-development. After I joined the British Council in the past year and a half, I've been able to attend a lot of internal development courses. The trainings now which are multiple, project management related and then finance related, as well as also sector specific, which helped me a lot. So while local onik organization থেকে আসলে ওরকম না থেকে থাকে support পাইনি, but again because I got the opportunity to work at an international organization of this caliber, I did get some internal training. So it was like a mix of internal trainings from work as well as my own study and I guess ability সব মিলিয়ে আসলে it was a package
right so মানে I got caught up to that one thing that she said যে যা হবে দেখা যাবে so yeah মানে I think that should be the spirit for everyone for everything that they do in every job or anything in life that they want to do যে let me just try let me just do it যা হবে দেখা যাবে I'll figure things out accordingly so yeah acha so now that we have spoken about it definitely সব job বা সব profession সব কিছুরই একটা struggle বা একটা কিছু থাকে so it's not always smooth sailing so definitely I would like to know যে of course it's good, you're enjoying it, but what are the struggles that you have faced as a project manager, or in your line of work? And of course with that I would want to know, Jay, where do you see yourself going? So yeah.
দুই ভাগে বলতে হবে, to be honest. I'll keep it as short as I can.
Yeah.
So একটা হলো pre-COVID, একটা হলো during COVID.
Yes.
So pre-COVID যেটা হয়েছিল, that is still obviously very relevant, is আমি যে সেক্টরটাতে কাজ করছি, the art sector, creative sector, এখানে আসলে when it comes to আমাদের বাংলাদেশে it's very scattered. সবাই আসলে niche কাজ করে, like different art forms নিয়ে যারা কাজ করছে, কথা visual arts নিয়ে কাজ করছে, filming নিয়ে কাজ করছে, then production is a completely different thing, and then music নিয়ে কাজ করছে. These all sectors work within themselves, like niche একটা sector হিসেবে কাজ। Arts তো niche, এবং these are আরো niche বলা যায়। So অনেক scattered, and also not necessarily resource support অনেক আছে, খুবই কম, and then also when it comes to আসলে structural যে supportটা থাকে অনেক better structured countries or differently structured countries, ওটা আসলে এখানে নেই। So ওই যে জায়গাতে আসলে sectorally যারা কাজ করছে, আমি সহ সবাই একটু অনেক struggle করে, because we cannot get through to our beneficiaries as much because আসলে supportটা নাই। আমরা চেষ্টা করছি from British Council in a lot of ways, personally চেষ্টা করি, trying to ensure that আমাদের project আমরা আসলে different projects এর through we can benefit people, যে arts for social change যেটা বললাম, but again with structural limitation এর কারণে আসলে অনেক struggle করতে হয়। এটা হলো ongoing thing, it has, whoever has worked in the sector knows. এটা বাদে after COVID, as in when it started, there has been a lot of uncertainty about a lot of things, because naturally a lot of the focus has gone on COVID response, and it's definitely the most important thing.
Absolutely.
At the same time, যেখানে arts এর sort of patronage বা support এমনি কম ছিল, এখন আরো কমে গেছে, and আসলে people who are struggling in far away, it's not just also working with arts, I work with women and girls because it is a very important thing close to my heart because of my experiences as well as what I've seen in life. So আসলে আমরা ওনাদেরকে যে রিচ করবো, একজন আমরা যে কোনো একটা পার্টিসিপেন্টের সাথে কাজ করবো, দে লিভ ইন প্লেসেস ওয়ার উই কান্ট ইভেন রিচ দেম। কোভিড এর কারণে আসলে ওই ডিস্টেন্সটা আরো গ্রো করেছে, keeping things accessible for them, reaching them, এটা আসলে খুব ডিফিকাল্ট হয়ে গেছে। So these are professional issues that আমাদের সবাইকে in different ways suffer or struggle করতে হচ্ছে, we're managing. So একটা uncertainty থাকে, we're still sort of maneuvering কেমনে how we can do better with what we have, এটা একটা আছে। So yeah, honestly speaking, we're all doing what we can, and যেটা what you repeated, যে আসলে যা দেখা যায় করব, but নিজের একটা accountability থাকতে হবে always, আমি কি ঠিক করে করছি কিনা, am I doing what I can.
So from now onwards, what's your plan? So where do you see yourself going, in terms of life or career?
Okay. Honestly speaking, এটা ইন্টারভিউতে জিজ্ঞেস করে job interview, where do you see yourself from 5 years from now? I don't know. I don't think any of us on next week কি করতেছি. So
absolutely,
yeah. But at the same time, if I think of it in a professional way, I have had a lot of opportunities to learn in the past 2 years, 2 to 3 years, a sector, a profession, as well as a particular position. So I would definitely want to keep learning more, and also এখন different kind of challenges এসছে তো, sort of figuring out new ways to sort of work around them, work with them. এগুলা খুবই vague মনে হচ্ছে, but honestly speaking, যারা different sectors এর challenge গুলো face করছে, মানে they can specifically say আসলে যে the challenges সবসময় যে it's easy to overcome তা না, you need to try out different things, you need to talk to your partners, your sector specialists, and then management, and also figure out new ways to research and find out কিভাবে আসলে support করা যায়. So that is my main goal right now, because it has been a very difficult year, and when it comes to আসলে mental health, আমরা অনেক নিজেদেরকে পুশ করি আমাদের ক্যারিয়ারসে, আমি কোনো স্পেসিফিক ক্যারিয়ার নিয়ে বলছি না, generally we push ourselves so much, am I doing enough, is it enough? We need to breathe. We honestly need to breathe.
Absolutely.
And step back and think যে আসলে আমরা যে করছি, are we putting ourselves through hell? If we are, is it worth it? If it is, go for it. ঠিকই আছে, we need to work hard, but at the same time, are we doing too much? Is it taking too much? Then we need to reevaluate আমরা কি একই জিনিস করতে থাকবো কিনা, and then maybe change our steps or where we are.
Yeah, and with that, I think we should also not compare ourselves with maybe the person next to us. The other person is coping with this, hustle and struggle in a different way. Yeah, but I am not being able to.
Yes.
So I shouldn't be doing that to myself,
It's very
no
unfair.
one should do that to themselves.
It's very unfair for yourself
Yeah.
as well as the person next to you, because
Absolutely.
you don't know what they're going through to do what they're
absolutely.
doing, and everyone's different, তাদের experience is different. কারো কাছে একটা জিনিস কথার কথা একটা ডেডলাইন মিট করা within a week কথার কথা might be a piece of cake. আবার কারো কাছে maintaining family and then work pressures, issues that come up on the job, and then also depression, and then COVID, সবকিছু মিলিয়ে আসলে it's not ever going to be the same, and you should not compare, because maybe that person it feels it's easy for them, but maybe they have a terminal illness we don't know about. There, in the past couple of years, one thing I have learned is something that I would hope everyone thinks about is, please try not to judge. Karon we suffer a lot because of other people's judgment and also our own. আমরা নিজেদেরকে কিন্তু অনেক জাজ করি, and we push ourselves too much.
Judgment বাড়াতে because the other person is judging.
Exactly.
We put ourselves through a lot of hell,
Definitely.
just to live up to the
certain
standards set by maybe the society or
Exactly.
So we shouldn't be doing that to ourselves. No one should be doing that to themselves. Everyone is in their own journey in life,
Yes.
No matter if you work in the same place or different place, or no matter what position you are in. So everyone goes through their own set of struggle.
I think all of this that we discussed today is a very good takeaway for anybody who's watching or listening. I don't know, I think I find that a lot of people don't really feel comfortable talking about these things that we're talking about, right? I just want to, I hope everybody knows that everybody goes through the same thing, এবং আমরাই কিন্তু অন্য মানুষকে কম্পেয়ার করে বা এরকম চিন্তা করে বা there are situations যে আমরা একজনকে একটু উপরে উঠতে দেখলে তাকে ধরে
অথবা আমাদের কাছে মনে হয় যে আমরা we are not doing enough, আমরা হয়তো ওই পজিশনে নাই, but আসলে এরকম না. You have to sort of change your perspective, how you see yourself and others, and
but I think if anybody who can get out of this cycle is going to do a huge favor to themselves and to everybody else around them.
And there will be more peace than war.
Yes. Hopefully. আসলে মানুষ দিয়ে শুরু হয়, মানুষ দিয়ে শেষ হয়, and we need to look into how we are being as human beings, and career, professional life, personal life, all is a part of it. মানে mutually exclusive করার চেষ্টা করি আমরা. We have to do the balance which is necessary to survive, but at the same time আসলে making sure we're still taking care of ourselves as well as those around us. এটা চেষ্টা করাটা খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট. হচ্ছে কি না হচ্ছে বেটার করতে, we can always do better, we can always try to be better, but চেষ্টা তো করতে হবে.
We have to start.
So I think we can, with this I think I can ask the recurring question that we plan to ask all of our participants.
Okay.
First of all, so it's eat, sleep, work, repeat.
Yes.
So what we want to know is, what are your eating habits? What are your sleeping habits? What are your working ethic and habits? And what is the one thing that you repeat every day religiously?
That is a very difficult question. Okay, so I'll only focus on the healthy stuff, not the unhealthy stuff naturally. Healthy stuff is I really try to practice mindfulness in the sense that নিজে থেকে অনেক চলে আসে যে ওই যে জাজমেন্টের ব্যাপারটা বললাম একটু আগে, লাইক you shouldn't judge or you should try not to judge. Eta chole ashe. It's a mind space. So every day at least take 10 to 15 minutes minimum to just like sort of detach myself from me and try to think about what's happening around me. It can be family members, it can be the news, it can be anything positive that's happening. But amra jeta hoy because of social media, because of news onek negativity nite thaki, so আমি consciously চেষ্টা করি কিছু পজিটিভ নিউজ পড়ার জন্য, খুঁজে বের করার জন্য, লাইট রিডিং and everything, as well as read about other people's experiences. And what I realize is আমি যত অন্য মানুষকে নিয়ে জানতে চেষ্টা করি, এই মাইন্ডফুলনেসটা আমি তত জাজিং ক্যাপাসিটিটা কমাই in me. I'm not quick to sort of knee-jerk reaction হয় না. It's a very specific thing that I do. Because a lot of people meditate. I meditate korte korte ghumai jai. So
he does.
That doesn't work for me. So and then a lot of people yoga kore. I have tried. একটুকে রাখি. So আমার জন্য এই মাইন্ডফুলনেসটা যখন সময় থাকে না 10-15 মিনিট, যখন সময় থাকে an hour maybe to I just I try to get more information about other people, like life experiences and stuff, because আমরা অনেক কিছু কিন্তু শুনে শিখি, করে শিখি, but also দেখেও শিখি. So ওই perspective থেকে আসলে I try to practice mindfulness. This is something I dedicatedly do, and through all the
something you repeat
every day, even if it's for 10 minutes, even if it's in the loo, I still try to do it, like try to detach myself. And actually it can get very overwhelming. Life pressures থাকে, work থাকে, and totally normal things, by the way, সব কিছু যে tragic হতে হবে তা না. So it helps to sort of balance inside. Okay, deep breath, and I'm going to sort of detach myself and try to think. Mindfulness চেষ্টা করা.
And eating, sleeping, work habits.
Try to have vegetables. Try to have vegetables. Work habits, I might not look it, but I have to be very active, because আমরা যখন অফিস কাজ করছি তখন আসলে বসে থেকে একটা ব্যাক পেইনের ব্যাপার থাকে, so sort of maintaining posture. But because I also manage festivals and run festivals, আমার কিন্তু like field যেতে হয়, অনেক traveling involved আছে, so a lot of like physical stresses ওখানে থাকে. So I try to make sure at the end of the day, again I'm practicing যে I get some rest, but physically rest না হলো মাইন্ডের একটা যেন রেস্ট থাকে, ওটা religiously চেষ্টা করে করতে.
Okay. I guess I think we can draw a conclusion to our discussion today, right? Ifra, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
There was a lot of things we knew. অনেক কিছু আমরা জানতাম about each other, but অনেক কিছু আমরা জানলাম এখন যেটা আমরা জানতাম না. And then we discussed a lot of important things I'm sure people don't usually discuss. So I hope this is it's very useful to me and valuable to me. I hope everybody else finds it the same.
Likewise, it was absolute pleasure having you with us. And of course we know that you're very busy.
Of course.
So
we're all busy.
So before calling her, I need to text her. Can I call you now? Is it a good
that
time?
has to do with anxiety, not to do with busyness. Just clear it.
So thank you so much. I hope you had a good time.
I definitely did. Actually, I'm glad conversations are starting in different platforms, and we need a space. Everyone, it doesn't matter age group. আমরা এখন একটা certain age group এ চলে এসেছি, but আমরা যখন young ছিলাম তখন কিন্তু অনেক ফ্রিলি কথা বলতে পারতাম, but as we grow in our career and personal lives, আমরা যখন এক্সপেরিয়েন্স করি আমরা কিন্তু কথা বলা কমায় দিই. We complain a lot, we suffer a lot, but we never talk. Just both good, bad, everything. We don't talk. So I'm glad we're getting to talk, and I hope whoever's watching this, even if it makes you think, even if it makes you feel less scared, I'm glad, because life অনেক differences and change circumstances আসবে. We just need to again feel accountable and believe in ourselves. খুবই cliched, but it is true. At the end of the day, we have ourselves.
But it is true.
We have ourselves, and we need to do what we need to do.
Right. Thank you, Dost. Yes, would love to have you over again. But I think with that, would like to conclude our session today. Hope you all enjoyed.
Thank you for watching. Bye.